Namaste, this is Ayesha, and this is my video on Ascension Signs. If you've been following up my last video on my YouTube channel as well as on my Facebook Live, I did speak about it, about the opening of the doors and how to get through, how to navigate through the shift that we're going through and the changes that are coming up really shortly. Well, this is just a follow-up video, pretty much, where I will be speaking about the Ascension Signs you need to be more observant about. See, I am, well, if you ask me how I know all of this, it's because I've been experiencing them myself and pretty much gathering information from people who are experiencing some of these signs as well. I've been hearing from a lot of people in recent times, and I'm sure there will be plenty more. So I started this group on Facebook, Space of Truth, mainly because I wanted to ensure that we have a separate space for people who would be interested in knowing more about this shift on a metaphysical level and how this will affect humanity and this planet in the future. So not everybody's ready to hear this, but for whomsoever is, these videos are available. Whether or not you're listening to this now, as soon as I put it up, or maybe months later or years later when I'm no longer here, I do believe I will be leaving by then. So this is my video where I'm speaking about the Ascension Signs. Now, people wanted to know, one of the most common questions they ask me is, how do I know if I'm ready to go? How do I know what's coming up for me? Is there anything that I will experience while I wait? Well, one of the things that I have personally been experiencing, as well as a few people, is a sense of detachment from everything, the lack of inspiration, because you no longer feel connected or attached to any of the dreams or plans, people, situations, even though you may be passionate about a career, like in the case of me, and really have a very peaceful life, you would start to feel more detached with time, detached with family, detached with your career or dreams or plans for the future. You don't feel interested, motivated to pursue anything that you've had planned before. Now, why would you feel this way? You would ask me, why would I start feeling that way? Well, because you see, with limited time comes limited abilities. So these limited abilities will be priority will be given more to a need basis. So it's not about our wants, what we want to do. We will be drawn towards more of what is needed, okay, while we're still here. And we don't have to create these dreams that are spanning for decades when we will not necessarily be here, considering this realm expiring, soon, in a few years. So I feel that it will be more of a survival basis, need basis, so we will be drawn more towards that. Does it mean that you will no longer have to work or educate your children or yourself? Does it mean that you don't have to dream anymore? Does it look like some kind of, I don't know, some of you may think then there's no motivation, there's no drive to live, right? No, you would not feel that way. That's the best part. You see, Spirit knows how to guide you in a way where you don't feel that. You are not depressed. You won't feel depressed. You won't feel confused as in like, okay, I don't know what to do. You will still be able to do things that you need to do while you're still here. But you will not feel drawn to doing things like you did before. Like, I want to build a huge mansion. Like, I probably want to start my own business, or I want to have more kids. You'll find that some of these dreams will start to fade away. All right? So it's not about you. It's that detachment that comes with all of these commitments and responsibilities that we have been used to for decades. They will start to fade away as our detachment, as our vibration shifts away slowly from this realm. So whatever attachments that you have been feeling with this realm in terms of relationships or goals will seem less important. Does this mean that we will be losing our loved ones? No. It just means that we know that they are going to be more of eternal bonds and no longer just limited bonds. And you don't have to worry about losing or doing so much or so little. Those guilt factors and all of that will disappear. So that's the first thing that we'll start to notice, is the detachment inside you. Isolation. You will want to be more alone. With the detachment comes the need to be isolated. You would feel like you really need to be on your own, to focus, to center yourself, to align more with what is going on inside of you than around you. And this would automatically make you want to spend more time with yourself. Some may swing the other way around and, out of fear, and force themselves into clinging on to their family members, or thinking that there is some kind of something that's happening to them and they need to stay close. Either way, it's fine. There's no right or wrong. We just learn how to evolve through this as well. So solitude and detachment. Third thing that you will face is a change in your vibration. There will be many fluctuations. But your point here is, the more we go through the shift, the deeper the shift goes, we will notice there's more chaos, there are more distractions and more stimulation. People will get distracted more and more by these events, the situations that unfold. And your own vibration will fluctuate. It won't always be the same, because there are multiple factors, one being the distractions in the 3D, one being the veil is thinning, and the other being, the exposures that we are facing on a grand scale. So all of these changes will obviously affect our vibration. So don't be hard on yourself. On days when you really feel lethargic, when you feel like you're not feeling at your best, I think that you should just let go and go with the flow. Be more observant of whatever's happening to you. Okay? The last part we want to talk about is the experiences that you will face in 3D when the dimensions merge, when the veils thin. Now, the veil has been lifting, and we have been starting to experience many supernatural experiences. A lot of people who have been reporting that. And this not only applies to the spirit world, it also applies to the other dimensions, the extraterrestrial dimensions, which we are all, also connected to. So we can expect visitations, visions, and dreams. They will become more prominent, and seeing extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial beings, or spaceships, whatever we want to call it, aircrafts, will not be uncommon. Okay, there will be more sightings. There will be a lot of people who would not want to believe in this. Let them be. What you need to do is you just need to trust the vibration every time there is an experience that unfolds before you. You do not have to compare your journey with that of someone else's. Every one of us will uniformly, at some point or the other, follow suit, because this is a shift that's affecting the entire world and not just certain people. So when you start to notice that the veil is thinning, because you could probably see your loved ones in spirit much more clearly than you have ever seen, the extent by which, it could be anywhere between seeing more misty apparitions to full apparitions, manifestations, because the veil could be much thinner, and there are portals in everybody's homes, there are portals everywhere. So don't be afraid of any kind of dark vibration coming through, because these will be more of tests to see how you respond by your guides. Your spirit guides will always be guiding you and teaching you how to get through this, helping you, testing you. So you need to just go with the flow, keep your vibration high. It would be highly advisable that people who are doing a lot of paranormal work, especially ghost hunters and all of this, would kind of refrain from these activities, simply because of the veils thinning. And it does not only cause chaos here, it does cause confusion and concern on the other side too. So you might not want to provoke spirits. You might want to just leave them alone, because they too are adjusting to this shift just like we all are. So due respect has to be given to that. And so that's about all I can think of for now as far as ascension signs are concerned. I would request that all of you go with the flow, be more observant. It's more about what happens inside of you, more besides what goes on outside. It has to be your own experience and judgment, as opposed to letting other people judge your experience. And because everyone will experience different things, like there could be beings who come from your dimensions who will be arriving, and you don't want other people to say that it's a lie. When you feel stronger about it, go with what you feel, because your intuition, your spiritual gifts are what will help you through this shift. So you don't have to rely or compare your spiritual abilities with those of others. Trust what you feel, trust what you experience, and that will unravel more for you. Okay, so it's not about comparisons. It's not about other people telling you, okay, that's not a spaceship, that's just an aircraft, or this is what I believe in, that is what. Let them believe whatever they will. Okay, it's more about you, what you feel when you see something, what you feel when you hear something. It's about you. Just like every soul has its own journey, the shift too will unravel for every person as it is deemed fit for them. So a lot of mutual respect has to be given to spirit, to your soul connections that come from other dimensions. There will be thousands upon dimensions that will come through just to try and connect with us. As I said earlier, this is going to be a portal opening for each one of us to leave. There's no pressure whatsoever. You do not have to be afraid. You will only have to leave when you're ready to leave. Okay, so it's a combination of things that will drive you to leave. It's probably more of out of love. It will never be out of fear that you will leave this plane. That much I feel. I feel people will be calm when they walk through those portals. They will not feel doubts or fears. It will be out of calmness. When you have attained that, that's when spirit will allow you to walk through. Because the astral plane, as I said, is a much higher vibrational plane than this, and so you have to enter with a lot of love and peace, and that will come for all of us gradually. So thank you, and I hope that this video has been informative for you. Ascension Signs. I will probably put in a lot more information later on as time proceeds, but as of now, I do see this. It will take a few years for all of us to get back home. So it's just a matter of who goes first and who is not. And yes, we do take our families with us when we all stick together. So if you do have any materials to share as far as video footage or photos or experiences that you wish to share, you can do so on my Facebook private group, Space of Truth, where it's exclusively for people who want to share, and it's a support system as well for people who want to be close with like-minded people who can understand what their experiences are. So if you feel drawn to that, if you want to join, please make sure that you're not coming in there to judge anybody's experiences, but to merely be one with all. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that your journey home, whenever that is blessed and led by the highest light. Namaste.